Good everyone and welcome to this video. Today we have another episode in the Starter Pack gameplay series. So as I've explained before, obviously if you've just tuned into this episode, I'm going to briefly explain it. The way this series or this mini-series works is we're going to be taking a look at each individual starter pack, which I covered in my tier list. If you've come from that video, then, well, you know the drill by now. But essentially, in the description below, there will be a couple of timestamps. So if you want to just skip ahead to the gameplay, feel free to do so, and other things like that. And obviously, if you just want to listen to me for a brief moment, then obviously you can do. So the Russian starter pack I gave a pretty fair review to. However, that was quite a while ago, and the T126 has received a BR increase to 3.0. Now, personally, I think this is a little steep, but that's my take, because to me, the 45mm is really starting to show its age at this BR. It can still kill stuff, that's not the issue. It's the fact that it's meeting a lot more guns, which kind of defeat the purpose of the T126. Now, comparing it to the Tech Tree T50, this vehicle does have some advantages in the form of its armor. Its armor is really strong, coming at 55mm across the main frontal plate, and then, of course, 45 and 45 respectively all across the vehicle, apart from some areas like the rear. But this thing is quite heavily armoured for a light tank. But of course, it is slow for a light tank, with a top speed of 21.9 miles an hour, which might as well be 22. This thing can be a bit of a chore to get in locations sometimes, because obviously it is heavier than a T50, it's slower than a T50, has the same engine as a T50. You get the idea. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up the gun is because we're probably going to have to do a bit less aggressive gameplay in this thing, depending on the BR. And that's obviously one of the main limiting factors now. The T126, when I made that tier list video, is definitely quite solid. Like, it was at 2.7, it wouldn't really, like, when it would face 3.7s, the 45mm APCR was more than enough. The problem is when you meet 4.0 tanks, specifically on the German captured and other things like that, it does get a little bit harder for the T126. And obviously with its armor, it becomes a lot less relevant, where you'd probably want the T50's mobility. But obviously we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and it depends obviously on the gameplay. But it will vary your gameplay in this thing, and that is just the way the cookie crumbles with this thing, because at the end of the day, it is running quite an outdated cannon at this point. But anyway, let's get in and let's get cracking. So I will obviously cut straight to the gameplay, so I'll see you in a minute. And welcome to the gameplay. So, as per usual, I will be just trying to feature both vehicles in this gameplay as much as I can. Obviously, it will heavily depend on how the match goes. Like, if I can do the vehicle multiple times in a game, it will obviously vary, depending on everything. So obviously, if you've not watched the other episodes, I would recommend going in and tuning in to those, because obviously the tier list is obviously subject to change when it comes to my placement and stuff like that. Hold on, I hear something. EPKV4, okay, that's something that can do with our armor. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those things where, like, I kind of wish I would be able to update them a lot easier. That was lucky. Too slow, son. But like I said, the main limiting factors of this vehicle are going to be its turret traverse and its struggling in up tiers. It can still bounce some shots, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot less likely to happen now. Oh, here's something. Oh, it's a Panzer IV, okay. He does have a pretty good shell. There we go. Right for the driver's hat. Like I say, you can see the turret traverse, it's really slow. Oh, hold on. Oh no. I was going to say that 75 can crack us if we aim well. Oh shit, Panzer. There we go, Panzer destroyed. See, even though the mobility is not the best, you can still flank stuff. You just have to remember you're not as fast as a T-50, so don't expect to do it at 40 miles an hour or whatever. Oh shit, Puma! This is where the turret traverse is gonna kinda hurt us. Thank you, teammate. Oh, I see a tank right there. It's a Swedish thing. Horizontal turret drive. I'll take it. There we go. Oh shit, Stuart! See, this is where the armor can come into play when you meet tanks at your own respective BR or around about there. The moment you meet something in an up tier, you have a bad day, I can assure you that. But because we're meeting stuff that we would normally face on a daily occurrence, this thing's armor really does come into its own element. Wiggle, wiggle, see? A little bit of wiggling. This thing can boogie. Ah, shit. He bounced as well. Okay, just gotta bounce one more time. Maybe? Nope, we're good. Thank you. See? In its own tier, this thing is a godsend. But it's when it's not in its own tier. I think we're gonna have to jump in Zukovsky's Chaika now, because, you know. Oh shit! Oh, I missed. I'm dead. Yep. And there you go, Panzer 4G, which this thing will meet. I don't know why you aim for the turret, you can go straight through the front, but... yeah, guess you wanted to guarantee the kill. Alright, so the Chaika, since I did review it, did receive a slight nerf to its bomb load. It can't take 4 bombs, it can only take 2 now. But that's not really why you're playing this thing. You're playing this thing to dominate the skies. And basically, just completely destroy some poor sods in this thing. So yeah, I hope that really puts into perspective, like, just how fun the T-126 can be. Like, I know I was knocking it and saying, like, oh, it's not as good as what it used to be. But yeah, it's one of those those tanks where, excuse me, it can definitely be like one of the strongest at its BR, but it can also be one of the weakest. It's really weird, and unfortunately that's just the way it crumbles sometimes. Alright, time to do some Rod Weasel help. Thank you. So the machine guns won't really kill a lot, but they will help out where necessary. That's a AA. Just gonna turn away from that. It looks like they're still all over Charlie. Yeah, it's Sherman there. See, even though I can't actually kill those tanks with this plane's guns, I don't have to. That's the best part. And because of our maneuverability, we can pretty much just stay out of range of anyone's gun. At this moment in time, anyway. See, look, he's trying to shoot me. Which, fair enough, that bomb isn't going to do anything because, well, it's a crappy little 50. Ooh, plane. It's a Stuka. Thank you. He wasn't even paying attention. No, I can't bomb that on the move. That's waste of a bomb. Hello, Mr. Stuka! How are we doing today? This thing hasn't really changed much from that video, to be honest, because it's still a pain in the ass to deal with, the Zukovsky's Chaika. And there's not really a lot you can really say bad about it. Like, it's a little bit slow, but it's a biplane. You can't exactly expect Formula 1 top speeds, can you? Hey up there, buddy! Remember me? He definitely remembers me now. Yeah, you can definitely see why I love the Chaika. Oh, hello there, sir. Oh, that's just horrible gaijin. I barely hit the sod. Some more hits, but, well, I think he's done for. Oh, there's multiple planes up, which is what this thing does very well at. Oh yeah, there's a biplane up as well. Let's get low. It's a HE-51. That's dying first because that's the more threatening aircraft. Thank you. And the Fokker is trying to turn fight with us. Ow! Oh no. Frickin' PBV thingamabob ruining the fun. Rude. Alright, I think we need tank. Do we need tank? I mean, wouldn't hurt to take Charlie, but I think we'll go... Let's go back into T-126. We can at least go to Charlie and try and secure it, I guess. We've had our fun in the Chaika, I think. And the Fokker's dead anyway. Well, that's an IL-2, and there's something else. It's a Hurricane. We could easily kill that with a biplane, but... Well, this thing has good gun elevation, so if need be, I'll shoot him with the main gun. Right, I'm going to drop some RD on the B point. Looks like our teammates are slowly moving in to secure that, so I'm actually going to head to Bravo. Because that way I can at least defend the cap. The Su-76 should be able to cap Charlie. And we're losing Alpha as well. So yeah, I think the tank was the right call. Honestly though, this is just how most of your matches will go if you get your own tier. You will just have a blast. Obviously, I think I need to do a updated tier list. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I've just seen something. Just gonna scout that. Which, don't forget to use your scouting powers, because trust me, they help. And also, it's good for your team, because then they know where something is coming in from. Okay, he's just having a relationship with that wall. That's fine. Coming this way. I was going to try a cheeky move and like scout through the wall, which, for those that don't know, you can actually do that. Commander Gunner. Okay. There we go. Picking the tank was the right call. Obviously, in a realistic match, you would not have just these two vehicles, but for the purposes of these videos, I do. So, yeah, don't do what I'm doing if you're an actual player. But, you know, that should be pretty obvious, but, you know. I think we're losing Charlie. I can hear a tank over there. I swear I just heard something, but we need to head over here. But yeah, this tank may have lost a little bit of its touch, but at the same time, in a respectable BR match, it really hasn't. It still has that same pain in the arse character that it originally had. Oh no! That was lucky. I fired that completely off of a quick reaction shot. This gun is not stabilized, for those that are wondering. Ooh, T-28. Just the radiator? Come on, Gaijin. That's what I want. I wanted the engine, because that's an M10. It's nice and juicy. Scouting for the extra 40 SL. Can I pen that side armor from here? I think I can. Well, if Joe could aim. No, there's a hitbox there. That's fine. There we go. Base Defender. We love seeing that one. There we go. That is exactly what this thing can do with its Chaika friend if you're left alone in your own tier. And handbrake to end the match. Because why not? Is that friendly? Yeah, it is. Good. I think we've definitely ruffled some feathers with this match, but well, that could be how it is in this thing. There we go. 2 caps, 3 air kills, 15 ground kills, 2 deaths. I will take that. Obviously, 1 death was to the Panzer, and 1 was because someone ruined our fun. But there you go. Like, yeah, we don't get a huge amount of SL, but it's tank RB, one expect. They kind of nerfed it, but anyway. So as I said, this lineup can, this pairing can still do a lot of damage. But it is important to note, in 3-7 and 4-0 matches, you will not get those kinds of results. So if you are going to buy this pack, expect it to be a little bit worse than what it used to be, and try not to use this vehicle as your main tank in a 4-0 up tier. Try to incorporate the other vehicles that 3-0/3-3 provides, and have this thing as a nice backup, because trust me, this thing is a really nice backup. And as you saw, its armor can hold up even against some of its own competition guns. The T-28, the M22 Locust, etc. They can still get you through the turret, but most of the time they're shooting the hull, and they just don't have a chance of getting through. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for today. I really hope this puts across the point of that this pairing can still do a lot of damage, but obviously with the change to 3.0 BR, don't expect to have it as much very often. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Russian starter pack as part of this little mini-series. And obviously we'll move on to Britain, which is the Crusader and the Spitfire 2A Venture. That's a mouthful, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it, and I will see you all on the next one.